everybody? Fans of the Forge covering day 3 of Pigeon Forge Grudge Match. I'm here with John Clark from 12 Stitches.
12 Stitch Blades.
12 Stitch Blades, excuse me. And he was on Season 5, Episode 20, Smallsword, against Derek Melton, who we've talked to a number of times. And why don't we get right into the episode here.
Okay.
You guys show up. You're given a piece of 5160 spring steel, and you need to make friction folders.
Yep. When they gave us the coil, when we undonned the rag and we got to see that it was going to be coil steel, I was ecstatic at first because I thought, okay, this is steel I've worked with before, and I got plenty of equipment here to be able to work it. And then Will drops the bombshell on us that it's going to be a friction folder, which I don't think any of us, I think Derek said off camera that he had done one friction folder 20 years ago about yay big, but the rest of us were we were lost at that point.
Yeah.
And then on top of all that, Will told us that he wasn't going to tell us how he was going to get it tested.
Yeah, that's got to be a tough one when they just flat out say, we're not going to tell you the test, because you can't design it for a specific thing.
They did hint around that they were looking for finesse, so I decided to try to take a little of the finesse route, making a smaller, thinner blade.
Yeah.
But didn't pan out for me in the end, but that was all good. I had a great time.
Well, yeah, and so you made it into round 2.
See y'all in a minute.
Yeah. And so you did at least get to go through the testing portion.
Yes.
And you had a strength test and a ham slice. So the strength test, I believe, was baton into a bolt 3 times.
That's it.
So were you like, what were you feeling when you saw that test going on?
When they told us what the test was going to be, the first test anyhow, I kind of already had made peace with the fact that my blade was probably not going to survive. I looked at Derek's and I looked at Bob's, and I even saw all the forge work that Bob was doing at the time. And I noticed that their blades are a little bit thicker than mine. I went for more of a finesse look, where it looks like they went more of a strength look. And just looking at all that, I already just kind of inside had made peace with it. I wasn't too terribly surprised with the results after knowing what the test was going to be.
Yeah, yeah. So you had some chips on the blades, and at that point the pivot wasn't holding so tight.
Yeah.
It did cut easily into the ham during the ham cut, but because of the fact that it was no longer maintaining friction, that's why I ended up getting cut. So Derek went on to win, and we're friends with Derek. We know you've been hanging out with him, and I'm sure you guys are good friends now after that.
Yeah, we text each other all the time.
That's cool. That's one thing we've loved to experience ourselves now that we've come down and visited and met with all these guys, is the brotherhood, or the huge community of just open arms welcoming people in. And
it definitely is a fraternity out here.
Yeah. So moving on from your episode, we have a couple generic questions we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Some rapid fire. So whatever comes to mind, just shoot it out there.
All right.
First things first. What is your favorite style of knife to make?
My favorite style of knives to make, I would have to say between a Hunter and a Tanto.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
What is your favorite non-blade item to make?
Favorite non-blade item to make? It's a tough one because I don't ever really get a whole lot of those. I would have to say it would have to be either fire pokers or stake turners.
Okay.
I've started trying my hand at it. So
cool.
Yeah.
Coal or propane?
Propane.
Stainless or no stainless?
No stainless.
No stainless.
No stainless. Terrible.
We've had a mix of responses so far, but a lot more no's, I think.
Yeah, I've had way too many bad experiences with stainless. I've sworn it off.
Last question. Favorite Damascus pattern?
I would have to say probably the Explosion Damascus out of canister.
Okay.
That would have to be my favorite.
Very cool.
I've tried my hand at it a couple of times, but just seeing guys like Alex Steele and Drake Edmondson and all of them that are able to do it out in Texas, well, Alec being in England and Drake being in Texas, I just love looking at that right there. I'm gonna try my hand at it one day whenever I can finally get big enough to have the equipment to be able to do it with.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. We were looking into doing our own forging and getting a forge going, and we're at the very beginning. We're like starting to look at how much this is going to cost.
You need to come to my shop. You'll see what it looks like in the very beginning.
Well, thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, man.
And check him out on Instagram, 12 Stitch Blades, and come down Pigeon Forge. If you see this after the fact, it was a good time. Check out some of the interviews, and we'll catch you in the next one.